Tomorrow is the day that my first ever puppy comes home. I'm quite excited, nervous, happy, all together. Everything at once. I'm having butterflies flying inside my stomach. Literally, I have this gudu sound happening inside my stomach. It's surreal. I can't even think that in another 15 hours-ish or lesser than that, there will be puppy in this house.
Hi, I'm Anaga and welcome to my YouTube. I brought home my puppy about 1.5 years ago, and today I'm talking all about being a dog mom. If you are somebody that's planning to get a puppy, then you should definitely watch this video because I will share with you how your life looked like after this little hurricane enters your world. And if you already have a dog, then you should also watch this video because I'm definitely sure that you will relate to me in this video. With that, let's get started. Point number 1, you will have to pick up the poop, the pee and the puke. They are babies and there will be accidents. You cannot yell at them or punish them for answering their nature's call. Alu was potty trained when she was around 4 months of age, but still for another 4 to 5 months she did have a few accidents here and there. She couldn't always control her pee and poop for the right time. However, she's about 1.5 years old now and I don't think she's had accidents for the longest time I can remember. And specifically for the first 4 months, they will pee and poop anywhere and everywhere. You almost cannot do anything about it. And of course, if they have upset stomach, then they will puke and you will have to clean it. Point number 2 is training your puppy is not an option anymore. If you want to coexist with your dog, if you want to have a great relationship with your dog, if you want your dog to understand you better, if you want people to like your dog and not find them annoying, it is super important to train your puppy. Training your puppy is definitely not an easy job. It takes a hell lot of patience, practice and time, but it is definitely important. I did some basic training for my puppy Alu myself, and labs are actually quite easy to train apparently, and she did pick up things quite easily as I was training her. However, she had a few behavioral issues, like she would steal food off the counter or dining table, she would jump on visitors in our house, she also waited for the gate to open and she would rush outside and we would panic because there were vehicles in the roads. At that point, when I realized I couldn't correct these issues myself, I hired a dog training consultant online and I can't tell you how grateful I am for her. She is Ragini and I am linking her Instagram in the description box below. If you are looking to train your puppy, I highly recommend her. She knows dogs the best and she's very patient and understands our issues and answers to our questions very patiently. And with her help, Alu is now an absolute darling. There is almost nothing that she doesn't listen to what I say. About 90% of the time, I don't have any problem with Alu living inside the house. So yes, training your puppy is definitely not an option anymore. Point number 3 is their health should be a priority. Puppies should get a couple of vaccinations, and even as an adult dog, they have vaccinations every year. They have to be dewormed regularly. You need to keep a check on your dog, and if there is any issue that you see, you definitely need to contact a vet on time. I am grateful that we accidentally found a family friend, a relative at Alu's vet hospital. He has been super nice to extend WhatsApp consultations for this anxious dog mom. So whenever something slightly goes wrong, I WhatsApp him with what's happening and he guides me and tells me if it's something that can be cured easily with a small medicine or if I have to take Alu to him. It is ideal to keep a close eye on your dog's body. Check if they have wounds or scratches or ticks on their body at least once every week. This will also act as a bonding activity and you'll see your dog enjoying the cuddles and belly rubs that you'd be giving when you're checking their body. Point number 4, you will have to dedicate time specifically for your hooch every single day.
Your dog could be a part of your life, but for your dog, you're almost their entire life. Alu sleeps for about 15 to 16 hours a day, and about 50% of her waking hours she'd spend with herself outside the house, since we have space outside the house, and with other family members. But she wants me and my attention for at least 3 hours a day, and I'm not even kidding. I take her on walks, I spend training her, I drive with her, I play with her, I cuddle with her.
Yes, there is a lot that Alu and I do together. However, there are many days that I can't dedicate enough time for her, or sometimes I just get bored of doing the same things over and over again, and that sometimes I'm just not in the mood to play with her during some days. But I have understood that my dog waits all day long for about 2 to 3 hours of my time in the evening, and I don't think it's fair to keep her waiting all day long and not give her enough time regularly. Of course, we are humans and we have other commitments, but on most days I definitely take that time out and spend some time with my dog. So yes, time is something you'll definitely need to give to your dog. Point number 5, food. Different people have different opinions on feeding a dog. I am afraid whatever I say might lead into a controversy, but I'm going to tell it anyway. Dogs are carnivorous animals. Though I am a vegetarian, I can't force my dog to be a vegetarian. Having said that, I am not really comfortable touching or cooking fresh meat. Along with that, I am not even happy with feeding my dog some store-bought dry kibble food, because ultimately it is processed food and it can never be as good as fresh food.
So the in-between that I've found is to feed her a nice mix of rice, dal and vegetables as her main meal. She gets plenty of fruits and eggs regularly, since I don't mind touching eggs. And I make sure she gets store-bought treats which are all meat-based.
As a puppy, Alu was fed 5 meals a day, but as she grew, we reduced the number of meals she was having and increased the quantity of her meals. And now as an adult dog, she has 2 main meals a day, 8:30 a.m. and one at 8:30 p.m. And in between the day, obviously she gets fed a lot of treats, fresh fruits and vegetables. Point number 6 is they need grooming.
Dogs ideally need to be bathed twice a month and not more than that. So I give her a bath once a month, and the other time I take her to professional groomers. They clean her ears, file her nails, trim her fur wherever it's needed, and give her a nicer bath than I can give inside the bath. Not just that, it is ideal to brush their fur 2 to 3 times a week and put some neem powder so that ticks and fleas stay away from their body. And I also put some dog perfume so that she smells nice.
Point number 7, arrangements for travel and for your absence. I am someone that travels quite often. However, it is not possible to take her with me every single time. Either it is an extensive travel that I'm doing where I don't want to do the dog mom duties, I want to enjoy the travel in itself, or sometimes it could be a place where it's not very appropriate for the dog, it could be uncomfortable for the dog. So in such situations, I have to leave my dog behind, and if you have a family member that can look after your dog, then great. Otherwise, you will have to look for a trusted boarders. This boarder in Mangalore actually takes absolute good care of Alu. Alu is very happy to see them every time we go there. I've left her for about 10 days at a stretch, and sometimes even for 2 days at a stretch, and Alu's always come back to me happier, healthier, and that is why the only thing I make sure before I plan my travel is to check with the boarder if they're available during those dates.
I leave Alu at a boarder called Bubbles Pet Spa and Boarding in Mangalore. With all of these responsibilities and the added advantage of my dog waking me up every day at 6:30, even on Sundays, the amount of love this dog gives me and the family is immeasurable. She waits for me to wake up. She waits for me outside the washroom as well. She gets so happy when I get back home when I've gone out. She makes sure to bring a smile on my face and helps me ease out my stress even on the most stressful days.
Yes, if you are up for these efforts, it is 100% worth bringing home a dog. But beware, your life will never look like how it was before. After having played a mom for this animal for the last 1.5 years, I can bet anything that I am not the old Anakha anymore. I am a changed person. I am more active. I am more responsible. I am definitely calmer. She has taught me so much more than I have trained her.
She has taught me how simple love is.